Now the latest ITV News Central with Samina Ali Khan and Matt Teal.
Welcome to an ITV News Central special. Tonight, we're live at the Birmingham Christmas shelter at the St George's Community Hub, which, as you can see, is very busy. It's funded entirely by donations, helping those in need.
Well, the true spirit of Christmas is about giving, and later we're going to meet those who've gone above and beyond to help others. Coming up on the programme, the doctor who risked his life to save injured children in Syria.
The woman who brings sweet festive cheer to recovering soldiers.
Spreading the words why this woman from Warwickshire is inspiring young people to become bookworms.
And how these dogs are saving the lives of their four-legged friends. Good evening and welcome to one of the region's Christmas shelters. And that's exactly what it is, a shelter, a place for people who don't have anywhere to go over the festive period. It offers hot meals, hot showers, health services, a place to sleep, and perhaps most importantly, someone to talk to.
It will stay open for 24 hours a day, right the way through until December the 27th. It opened at 10 o'clock this morning. It's been getting progressively busier all day. And there's expected to be around 150 people likely to come through the doors every day in that period that it remains open for.
Well, there's certainly lots to do, and to tell us a little bit more, we have with us now Tanya Johal, who's one of the trustees of the shelter. Tanya, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We say there's lots for people to do. What are they actually doing?
There's lots going on at the moment. We've got arts and crafts, we've had bingo, karaoke, lots of services available as well for our guests.
Just talk to us a little bit about the volunteers, because we've been chatting through them throughout the day. They're a range of ages, right the way, teenage, right the way through up to pensioners. Just talk to us about their backgrounds and how and why they get involved.
I think everybody's been in touch with some sort of homelessness through somebody or themselves personally. We have over 2,000 volunteers in our database, and over the time that we're open, we'll see about 500 volunteers volunteering. We have new volunteers join us every year, and likely we have returning volunteers. We have a gentleman that's 92 years old that's been volunteering for about 17 or 18 years.
Yeah, now sadly he's a little bit poorly today, isn't he? So
yes,
he's not with us. But, I mean, you're giving up your Christmas, Tanya, to make sure that your guests have a Christmas. How does your family feel about that?
We have a fantastic support mechanism at home with my in-laws that look after. I have 3 young children and they babysit whilst we're here, so without them we wouldn't be able to do it. And it's also my mother-in-law's birthday on Christmas Day, so I'd like to wish her a happy birthday as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
God bless parents everywhere, Tanya, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Well, this shelter is funded entirely by donations from people here in the Midlands, and your generosity extends to many charities, including one that helps injured children caught up in the civil war in Syria.
Hand in Hand for Syria set up children's hospitals on the country's border with Turkey. One of the doctors involved has treated horrific injuries. This next report contains some graphic images, but Dr. Omar Gabar from Leicester is an example of one man who's definitely gone above and beyond.
In an area of conflict, as it became an armed conflict, you had injuries. And people assume that the injuries are only the combatants, people fighting each other. But there's a lot of collateral damage. Field hospitals were developed to provide treatment, at least emergency aid. Could be a converted hut, home, where there is a doctor, maybe run by a nurse, who will have a bed, a stretcher, some water facilities. When they're first injured, you have to resuscitate them, stabilise them. If you can do that quickly, you can save a life. There are injuries due to gunshots, and that's either just stray shots or direct and deliberate sniper shots, where they will target certain vital areas. For example, young men walking across the street, the sniper will target them right in the middle of their spine, not to kill them, but to paralyse them, disable them. And the worst injuries are these barrel bombs that were used. These barrels are filled with TNT, filled with any projectile that could cause the maximum injury, such as nails, ball bearings, sometimes small metal coins, and then they are dropped free fall. They cause the maximum injury, and quite often the targets are not military facilities or rebel facilities. The targets quite often are markets where there is the maximum of innocent people. We are only able to treat children because any hospital that's looked upon treating adults could be treated combatants. Combatants as in fighters. So it'll be a target. But if it becomes a women and a children's hospital, it's less likely to become a target.
When you first went to Syria for the first time, how did you actually feel?
It was really heartbreaking to see the suffering. You see 25,000 of innocent human beings who had a livelihood, had a home, had a fridge full of food, now living in a tent. It was cold, it was muddy. Their children were walking around with not much clothing on them, just walking with flip-flops, and that really hit me again. You know, these are my people, and they're now suffering. But one story actually still sticks there. It is the most horrific view you see. It was a family who were sleeping in a tent. I can't remember the number of children. There were about 6 or 7, mother and father. Now you have to think tents are made out of canvas. The blankets that are being distributed have got a lot of nylon and acrylic in them. And they slept with one of these like little gas fire lights on, and it tipped. And it lit everything quickly, and then suddenly we had this family of mother, father, children brought to one of our hospitals, scalded, burnt. The acrylic blankets were stuck to them. That vision, the vivid vision of that family coming in and having to treat them, trying to save which we can save, and put them in an ambulance and send them across the border to Turkey to get further treatment. I can't forget it. I can't even forget the smell of that burnt skin.
And do you see an end to this conflict in sight, Omar? Are you hopeful for the future?
I just hope the end will be tomorrow. But when that tomorrow is going to come, I don't know.
What would your message be to the British people who've helped raise so much of the funding and obviously provided so much of the equipment and items that you've taken over?
I really would like to put the thank you out to the people of East Midlands and the West Midlands, because they've been our biggest contributors. They've really helped, and the generosity has been overwhelming.
Dr. Omar Gabar there, helping children in Syria. Well, the people who come here, the guests as they're referred to, also need various sorts of support. We're going to be chatting to a health worker in a few minutes' time. First, just wanted to show you quickly inside just one of the stores here. Now, all the produce in here has been donated by local people, by the volunteers, by local businesses. This isn't everything. This is just one of the areas they keep the stuff. Mince pies, biscuits, crisps, tea bags. It's great to see all the stuff that's been donated. Let's just bring Nick in very briefly, who's one of the volunteers here. Nick, I know that you mentioned earlier on, this is your first time doing this kind of thing, isn't it?
First time, done about an hour tonight. It's great. It's really good.
Why do you do it? What made you decide to do it?
Well, I wanted to do something different this year, and it's really good. There's some great people here who are here for no fault of their own. So it's really good to be able to help them and meet them and just have a good time with them.
Now, obviously, selfishly, this is going to impact on your holiday season, I guess, in some ways.
It is, but I have an understanding family, and, you know, we all know that it's for the right reasons.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you very much for talking to us. Don't want to hold you up. Get back to the tea duties.
Back to the tea.
Brilliant. Well, look, that is, as we say, just one of the volunteers and just some of the produce that's been handed out. But earlier on, I spoke to some of the guests, as we say, that's what they call them here, about why they're here, what they get out of it. Here they are.
I was a working chap. I had a flat in Bourneville. I lost that. I had some my ex-girlfriend. She was at Woolworths, lost her job. I've become homeless. I started for surfing. These places are fantastic. They provide food, shelter, everything you could ask for.
Oh, I came here because I'm a bit isolated and lonely. Also, I find it hard to buy ends meet and stuff like that.
So just having somewhere where you can come, get a hot meal and have a chat to people, chat to the volunteers and the other people who use it, just works for you.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
What do you think of this place?
Yeah, I came here last year. It's nice to be here. You get to meet people, you socialise, there's food, it's a warm place. Yeah, it's fantastic.
One thing you do get a sense of the minute you walk in is the friendly, welcoming atmosphere. You know, you can smell food cooking. It's warm. There's a friendly face. There are games to play. Is that how it feels for you?
Yeah, it's a nice, friendly environment. The staff are very friendly, and yeah.
Do you mind me asking how you came to be here? Why you need to be here?
I was homeless last year, so I come here last year, and it was really good. So I've come back again this year.
I've only been here a few hours. What do you think of it?
Well, it's all right place. I've come here for about 2 years before. It's all right though. Still, I like the actual atmosphere here, and yeah, it's a good cause as well for the homeless and for the people that haven't got a home and that. Yeah, I like it a lot actually.
How important, specifically at this time of year, do you think it is to have somewhere like this where people can go?
Well, to be fair, it's really important because if they haven't got nowhere to go or they haven't got nothing to it, where they're going to go, they need something like this. So yeah, good work for them, and yeah, thank you very much for helping us out.
Well, I can chat now to Neil Souter, who is one of the health workers here at the centre. He's a chiropodist. Neil, thanks for joining us. It may not be to everyone's mind the first thing that the people who use this facility might need. Just tell us why it's such an important thing that you're doing here.
Well, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, even more so, I think, this year, who are on the streets. And obviously that's their means of getting around. They have to walk everywhere, unless they use buses, but even then they're doing a lot of walking. So feet are essential, really. And
just tell us a little bit about how you got involved.
I was asked, I'm a member of the Jewish community, and my rabbi asked me 13 years ago if I'd volunteer, and I'm still here. So can't be that bad.
And in terms of the impact on your own holiday season, I guess, if you like, what is it that you personally get out of it?
Well, Christmas is difficult if you're Jewish, so it's nice to kind of put something into the community, and I think it builds links, and it's a good thing.
And just talk a little bit more about specifically what the people here tend to need from you and other health professionals who work here, because you would think maybe more, dentistry or general health might be something that is needed as well.
Yeah, I think there are quite a few professionals who do volunteer, and that's wonderful. You've got chiropractors and you've got hairdressers. Lots of hairdressers come in, and it's wonderful how the professional chefs from the hotels give their time to this project. It's a great thing.
What you also get a sense here is just how much the volunteers get out of it, as well as the guests.
Yeah, it's a great privilege to be a volunteer, and people queue up at the doors to come and volunteer ordinarily and meet the clients here, yes.
OK, Neil, well, great to talk to you. You're doing a fantastic job. Long may it continue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
So just some of the people who are giving up their time to help others. And in fact, the volunteers in this room are all doing that. They're the ones who are wearing the T-shirts, and they've been busy throughout the day and will be over the next few days. Well, there's several acts of kindness going on like that throughout the region. Julie Debastian made it her mission to make sure all children could own a book. Stacey Foster reports now on the woman literally spreading the word.
Once upon a time, there was a lady from Warwickshire who loved to read. And one day, she made a shocking discovery.
When I was speaking to this young child, age 5, who said she didn't have books at home, something in my heart just broke. And that night, I came up with this idea, that very night.
Julie Debastian decided to take books from charity shops for a small donation and put them in local schools for children to take home.
It's been almost like a magic project. It has a flow and a continuity, and I haven't really had to do hardly anything to make this work.
Quickly, news of Julie's good deeds spread, and lots of schools across Warwickshire had free books for children to enjoy, including those at Whitnash Primary School in Leamington.
I quite like Horrid Henry, which I've got here. I like the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books because it's like a diary, I like that.
The magic books and the David Williams.
This project is all about giving. People give to the charity shops. The charity shops give to me. I give it to the schools give it to the children. There's this wonderful flow to this, and it's all about giving.
And like all good stories, Julie hopes the happy ending to this one is that no child goes without books this Christmas. Stacey Foster, ITV News.
And we should point out, it's not just during this festive period that Julie encourages reading. She actually does it all year round. Now, her idea embodies the true spirit of giving. And another lady whose kindness inspires food for thought is Kath Ryan.
Yeah, she helps recovering soldiers, and she does it through the universal medium of cake. I've been to meet the woman affectionately known as Cupcake Kath. Barely a day goes by when Kath Ryan isn't baking in bulk. She's become a legend of the armed forces and over the past 6.5 years has made thousands of cakes for injured service personnel up and down the country. The first thing you notice when you come in here, Kath, is that it just smells fantastic. What have we got on the go today?
Today there's Victoria sandwich in the oven.
Right.
So there's Rocky Road on the hob, almost ready to be done. There's sticky toffee cakes over there. There's been triple chocolate brownies this morning, vanilla cakes.
Why do you do it?
About 6.5 years ago, I went to visit my sister in Selly Oak Hospital and shared some cakes with her, and she gave them to the injured soldiers, and they said to her, bring some to us on the ward. Andrew, lovely to see you. I was just struck by their humour, their wit, their courage and their cheek. What can I tempt you to, young man?
Kath's monthly visits to the Armed Forces Rehabilitation Centre at Headley Court in Surrey are always eagerly awaited, and it's not hard to see why.
What do you got today, Kath?
We've got coconut cake, coffee and walnut.
There's not enough words to describe how, her generosity and kindness and time and devotion to actually making these cakes for, all the guys and girls down here.
Mince pie crumble, vanilla cakes, vanilla butter.
She loves it as much as we do, so it's a happy circle, happy family, yeah.
There you go, young man.
Much. The Rocky Road's just unbelievable.
This is my second lot and it's delicious. I'm going to go round again.
I do appreciate it because she takes time out of her time, and it's very nice because she bakes for about 5,000 people when there's only about 30 of us here, so it's pretty good. Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
You've outdone yourself again.
Kath's selflessness has won her plenty of admirers, and they all have their particular favourites. Prince William likes a rocky road. Harry's partial to a fairy cake, apparently. All of which leaves just one question. Obviously, there has to be some kind of taste testing scenario that goes on.
Absolutely.
Could we talk about how that works, maybe?
Quality control.
This one all right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, look, Kath, on behalf of everybody, you do such a fantastic job. Well done. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Brilliant. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're all right.
All right.
And I can tell you, Matt thoroughly enjoyed those cupcakes. Well, from soldiers being helped to ex-servicemen giving back. Now, 5 years ago, Ian Northcott asked his family and his friends for donations of socks and chocolates so he could help the homeless. Well, that idea turned into a charity, and this year alone he's collected 10,000 pairs of socks and almost 4,000 boxes of chocolates. He's here today delivering at the Christmas shelter and joins us now. Ian, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
And it really has grown, hasn't it? A simple idea of socks and chocolates and 10,000, 4,000 boxes of each.
Yeah, it started off really simple. First year, 600, I think, pairs of socks, and then we've just grown and grown and grown. Last year, 17,000. But what's happened really nicely this year is lots of schools and colleges and things have get involved as a bit of a project for them. So it's just grown and grown, and nearly 600 sleeping bags gone this year as well.
So it's actually expanding, isn't it? Why did you get involved? Why did you want to do it?
When I was in the army always made you put on a fresh pair of socks and it made you feel brilliant. So I thought, you know what, if you were homeless, surely it'd make you feel the same. And it does. We hear time and time again that putting a fresh pair, we feel great.
And you're also obviously a great example of somebody who gives. And now behind me, somebody is trying to look as if they're busy. It is the one and only most famous Khan of the Midlands, Mr. Khan, also known as Adil Ray.
Hello.
Adil, lovely to have you here. And you're also a patron, aren't you, for this charity?
I am, yeah. I think it's a fantastic charity. You know, I like that it's a very local charity, and it's something that everyone can get involved in. I think I like the principle that all it takes is for all of us to do our one little bit, and you can make a massive, massive difference. I think that's what Socks and Trucks is about. So I think we've all got to do something, especially a time like this at Christmas. This is the perfect time to really think of others less fortunate than us.
Andal, thank you very much, and we'll let you carry on helping because I know you've got lots of work to do. Just finally, Ian, you've got some special presents in there, haven't you? Just tell us very quickly about those.
Some people get involved, and these are called the Cherished Girls from Sutton Coldfield. And every year they make us about 75 little gifts. And on the gifts they put these little messages. And this one says, "I hope you enjoy this little gift. Merry Christmas and stay positive." And there's loads of these, but they're so lovely. Happy Christmas, you are valued. And I think things like that really would make a difference to somebody that's perhaps in hard times or something. So I think these are lovely. I just wanted to say thanks to them, really.
Well, we want to say thank you to you and also to Adil. And let's hope lots more people do follow this fantastic example that is being set.
Well, throughout the programme, we've seen some wonderful examples of people showing kindness to others, but giving doesn't stop at humans. Maverick is a much-loved pet, and he had his life saved by some very generous canines who donated their blood so he could have the transfusion that he needed. It's all thanks to a blood bank charity for dogs, the only one of its kind in the UK, and it's based in Loughborough. Hannah Gamlin's been to meet the donor dogs.
Good boy.
Looking at him now, it's hard to believe that just a few months ago, Maverick's life was in serious danger.
He deteriorated really fast and he literally collapsed at home. His own body was attacking his red blood cells. And they got in touch with the blood bank. Within half an hour, the blood was delivered and Maverick was on his first transfusion.
The Pet Blood Bank is based in Loughborough, but it has donation centres across the UK. 7,000 dogs are signed up and they can donate every 3 months. Luca is a regular donor.
As much as humans need blood, there are pets that need it as well, and you know, my dog's my best friend, so you know, why wouldn't I help her or help others? You know, at some point she might be in a position where she needs the blood.
Once a donation's been made, it's put into cold storage, where it can last for years.
If anyone has a dog that fits the criteria for being a donor, we definitely urge them to come forward and give that sort of gift of life, really, at this time of year.
And that gift's been given to 20,000 dogs since Wendy founded the charity 8 years ago. And for people like Fiona with a pet in need, there's no better Christmas present.
Christmas in our house will be us, the dogs, the dinners. They get the same dinner as we get, and the toys are all under the Christmas tree already. They actually open them all themselves, and we're just so grateful he's still here.
As a thank you to the charity, Fiona will be bringing Maverick's brother along to donate in the new year, and she hopes others will do the same. Hannah Gamlin, ITV News, Loughborough.
And as we all know, happy dogs make happy owners.
Now, Leicester City have already given their fans more than they could have dreamed of this season. They are top of the Premier League, of course. But the Foxes star still had a bit more to give when they took time out to visit children who will be in hospital over Christmas.
What's more, Jamie Vardy and his teammates brought with them gifts which they'd actually bought with their own money. Peter Bean joined the Foxes on their visit of festive cheer.
How does it feel to be more popular than Santa Claus this year?
No, no one's more popular than Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
No one. I've even sent him my list.
One for me, this way, that's it.
They've been putting smiles on the faces on the terraces and now on the wards at Leicester Royal Infirmary.
Unfortunately, some kids have to be in hospital over Christmas, so yeah, it's a lovely boost for them to be able to meet some of the Leicester players and, you know, make it a bit more of a special time for them at Christmas.
Having delivered on the pitch all season, the Kings of the King Power now came bearing gifts, paid for out of their own pocket.
Must be a really nice part of the job, doing something like this today. I mean, you're a dad yourself, aren't you? So.
Yeah. Obviously, it's good to give back, and like I've just said previously, with all the boys have put all the money in, which has brought all the gifts in today.
Amazing.
You just came here for an appointment, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not thinking you'd meet Jamie Vardy.
Nah.
So what did he say to you?
Well, he stabbed my T-shirt.
Go on, show us.
We were brought into accident emergency with pneumonia on Tuesday, and he's been in intensive care until today, so we've just come out.
And how's he doing?
He's really well, as you can see, he's making a recovery.
I understand Santa Claus is out of a job in Leicester because all the Leicester City fans want for Christmas, they've already got, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's obviously special and it's great for us to give back to the supporters. Obviously, it wasn't. They didn't have the best of times last season, at the start of the season and all that, but it's just great to give back to them because they've always been there to support us.
Okay, that's great, guys. All looking in the camera, straight to me, that's it.
Well, that is almost it from us from here for tonight. It just remains really for us to thank everybody involved in what we've been doing today. I know it is the point of this place, but we've been made to feel so unbelievably welcome, and we are very grateful. Now, if you've got a story about giving, then do share it with us on our Facebook page. There are lots there, and we have enjoyed reading them throughout today.
Yeah, it's certainly been a very humbling day as well for us. Now, to end our special programme, we've been asking beavers, cubs, scouts and explorers in Nottingham what gift they would give the world for Christmas. So, from all the team at ITV News Central, a very Merry Christmas from all of us here, and of course, good night.
Good night.
That gift would probably be laughter, because if everyone's laughing, then there's no one to stop people being happy.
My Christmas present will be peace. To stop the wars.
Give money so people that can't afford food can get some.
I would give them something to snuggle up in at night because some people don't have anything to snuggle up in at night.
I would give clean water to everyone and make sure everyone has a good food supply.
If I would give a whole Christmas present to the world, I would give love and care.
I would give everyone in the world access to free, clean, fresh water.
If I could give a gift to the world, it would be a second chance, because for a lot of people, because of things they can't control, they don't get a real chance at life.
I would give equality to everyone, so no one's judged or discriminated against.
For the present that I would give to the world is courage to say how they feel to other people.
Love, because everyone needs someone.
It's always sunny somewhere. Thomas Cook, sponsors of the ITV Central Weather.
Hello, good evening to you. Well, after a beautiful, calm, sunny afternoon, a wonderful scene across Birmingham city centre, thank you to Martin Kelly for sending us that picture. Unfortunately, it's looking a little bit more unsettled as we head through Christmas Eve onwards, and that's thanks to Storm Eva that's waiting in the wings. This is going to sweep eastwards, this band of rain and strong winds. It's going to hit us through the morning tomorrow before very quickly clearing away eastwards to leave us with a brighter afternoon for Christmas Eve. So through this evening and overnight, the cloud will build ahead of Storm Eva. The wind will gradually pick up as well. Temperatures will dip to 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. And then as we move into tomorrow morning, from around 8 a.m. onwards, we'll see a few hours of heavy, persistent rain and strong winds as well, gusts of 35 miles per hour. That will ease as we head into the afternoon. We'll see more in the way of sunshine and a few showers. And we're expecting expecting a dry Christmas Eve night, so good news for Santa. Merry Christmas.
Thomas Cook, sponsors of the ITV Central Weather.